Welcome, podcast listeners. It is Fretzel number 243. Yeah, I did that with finger symbols. I mean, it doesn't matter on an audio podcast, but you can appreciate the effort. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You are joined by Mr. Matt Kwan. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, and you are joined by, oh my gosh, it's Josh. Yo.
Only Josh will do.
Indeed, we have missed you, my friend. We have missed you. Later in this show, we are going to have information about a little bit of a legend of the guitar world, who is leaving us. But before we do that, we do our standard. What have we been up to? So we're going to stroke the egos of our hosts today. First, who wants to start? What are we saying? Matt, do you want to start us, Matt? What have you been up to this week?
What have
Matt?
I been up to? I've been living a life without guitars for a week.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I don't have any gigs relatively shortly away, and just life got in the way this week. So I've done exactly the square root of fuck all. So I will pass over to Josh.
That's it. The book, here it is.
Yeah. But to be honest, I haven't even been up to that much either. Well, in all fairness, because work has been so shit. Hello, everybody. I'm back after 2 weeks.
Woo, he's
3
back.
weeks, whatever it's been. I don't know. I've lost count.
It's good to have you back anyway, man.
Thank you. I mean, you don't have to say that, but thank you.
I mean, I am legally obliged to.
Fair enough.
It's in your contract.
It's company policy, yeah.
Right, I see. Lee made you put that in there.
Indeed.
Right, what have I been up to? I have been rehearsing more with Paramore.
You have been rehearsing Paramore.
Yes.
Literally.
Indeed. I mean, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that you're having to do that.
Are you though?
No, in all fairness, like it's gonna be good fun, isn't it? Like learning some new stuff.
Yeah, it's I must say it's a challenge because I'm used to kind of doing like the odd little bits of lead when I was doing Rammstein stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's like everything is lead. And
nice.
I don't have anywhere to hide, and I don't like that.
Yeah, it makes me nervous. No.
Seriously, it does. Like, I was thinking, when we've been doing rehearsals, I'm like, are we doing 2 guitar parts? It's been so, oh no, it's just you. And I'm like,
shit, son.
And we were
because
talking.
They did have 2 guitarists to start with, didn't they?
Paramore, yeah. Didn't they still? Do they not still have 2? I don't know.
I thought they fired one.
They definitely fired somebody, but at one point I think they had 3 guitarists.
Shit, like Josh, you got to be a beast, man. You've got to be a beast.
Definitely the album that everybody remembers from when they were 15, the one with Misery Business on. There was 2 guitarists for that album. And then I think it was 2 albums later that they brought somebody else in, and then like within 6 months they'd fired someone. It was all. I mean, I'm thinking back to my teenage years now, so like I'm struggling to remember it, but yeah, like it's definitely in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And we were talking about obviously when the gigs start back up and how things are going to work, and not to spoil the set list, but I literally go out and start the whole gig off by myself, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, no pressure or anything.
And we're talking about doing one song, just me and Lisa, the singer. And I'm like, really? I can't handle that pressure.
I mean, they really have thrown you in the deep end here, haven't they?
And when I say I can't handle that pressure, that wasn't a pun, but it kind of worked.
Is that a Paramore song? Like, are we missing something there? Oh,
yes, there is a Paramore song called Pressure.
There you go. So,
and they're expecting us, like they said, like they do this like stage roll thing where they run at each other and like kind of gambol over someone's back. And like, no disrespect to the bassist, Josh, he's a fucking lovely chap, but he's like 25 stone. If he does that, there will be a death.
I mean,
there's no getting around it.
Ain't no one insured for that anymore. Like you are now the other side of 30, so Like that is asking for back problems there.
I was going to say, yeah, the back pain is coming regardless of whether you do this. But if you do this, it's going to be serious back pain.
Yeah.
I said, like, it's going to be like news headlines going, some say a man was crushed in the first row. And like that was what was left of me will just be a thin smear on the stage floor.
Indeed, but you've still got to like hold down those 3 guitar parts.
Yeah, somehow.
See, with crippling back pain.
It's just like there'll be me in a wheelchair, just like struggling.
You'll have to do a Dave Grohl, won't you?
Yeah, literally. And while we were doing rehearsals yesterday, it was my first time actually trying out the new Boss RE2.
Woo! Yeah, man.
And I immediately turned it on and I was like, oh.
Nice.
That's what they're for.
And I was like, yes, I like this. So I'm going to have a good fiddle around.
And then,
sorry, I like this. I'm going to have a good fiddle.
Then you're going to play the pedal.
And I'm going to make a nice ambient patch, I think, on it with using that. I've put the SY1 into the loop of the Cortex as well. So the echoes going into that, then the SY1. And then I'm going to make like a huge ambient reverb spacey sound.
Nice.
Because why not?
Yeah. I mean, I think we are all dying to hear that. So, what are your impressions of the new RE2?
What? Like,
is that good? Eh?
Yeah. It's obviously difficult to say because I haven't had like a full sit down.
Yeah.
With it because it arrived Friday. I spent pretty much the entire day drum programming Saturday because for some unbeknownst reason, our drummer just messaged on Friday night saying, I'm not doing it anymore. Even though he paid his lockup fee, put all his dates in, he was just like, I'm out.
Nice.
We were like, fuck. So I spent the entire Saturday from about 10 o'clock in the morning to about 8 o'clock in the night fucking programming drums so we could at least do a rehearsal yesterday.
Nice.
So I didn't have a chance to play. I literally stuck it on the board and was like, right, here comes decode. I'm starting it. Hopefully there's a signal coming through with this. And it did. And I was just like, ooh. So first impressions, very good.
Nice. That's what we need. That's what we need to hear.
Yes. I just got to figure out because it's got that weird Boss MIDI thing. Like it looks like a headphone jack or something.
Yeah.
So I've got no idea how I'm going to be able to MIDI that with the Quad Cortex. I've got to figure out a way.
There'll be an adapter, surely. Like, Boss use that pretty much as standard on most of their pedals with MIDI, so they'll have some form of normal MIDI to Boss MIDI adapter.
Yeah. Like it's three-quarter inch TRS to MIDI, isn't it?
Well, it's not. It's 3mm TRS, not 3/4 inch.
Oh yeah, of course, 3.5mm. Yeah, it's the mini one.
3.5. Yeah, it's the weird mini headphone thing.
Yeah. So I would like to try it.
If it was a quarter, like 3/4 inch, you might as well just put a MIDI input on there.
It's the same size.
So I would like to be able to hook that up and then do some MIDI changes with it. But I'm really looking forward to it because I wanted one of the DD20s for years and I just never pulled the plug on it. And then this was the catalyst for me to go, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
What else? I do need to. I'm not hijacking your podcast here, but I need to do 2 shout outs here.
Okay.
Yeah. One is to Marcus Darby from Deluxe Pedal Boards.
Marcus is a legend. Yeah.
He is graciously sorting me out a pedal board for Pedal Boards of Doom.
Nice.
So I should be expecting that soon. He said there is a backlog that he's getting through. So Marcus, if you're listening, thank you. And secondly, to Richter Straps, who has sent me a nice care package of wireless transmitter packs and a strap to go with my Les Paul for the stage.
Nice.
Lars, thank you very much.
Indeed,
That's me done.
Cool. Right, so I guess I'm up, aren't I?
You are.
So I did a few things this week. I wrestled with the Line 6 web page for a little while.
Did you do that at WrestleMania this weekend?
Woo! No, I didn't, unfortunately.
Hell yeah.
I was trying to I'd looked on their website at Helix Native, and they were doing a little sale on it, but I hadn't registered my stomp with them, so I thought, I'll go do that, and then I'll be eligible for the discount, and I'll see what it is, and I'll see if I'm tempted. So I tried to register my HX stomp. Didn't fucking work, did it? So I spent an afternoon trying to register the stomp and trying to figure out if a 0 was a O and if a Z was a 2 on the products code. And no matter what variation of this product code that I put in, still didn't work. So I ended up giving up and contacting the the support desk. And they within 24 hours, it was yeah, I've updated it for you. There you go. It's yeah, cheers, thanks. It just makes you feel like an absolute tit, doesn't it? But that I got that sorted, and then I looked at the prices of Helix Native, and it was cheap enough for me to go, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it. So I bought Helix Native. Woo. With the foresight of using it to reamp some of the stuff that I do, with Pedal Boards of Doom and some of the No Talk tones as well. Because using the stomp, you can do a direct drive-through. So if you demoing a pedal at the front end, you can then reamp it through Helix Native or any DAW amp sim plugin thing. But Helix Native has all of the stuff that I'm used to in the stomp anyway. So my most recent No Talk tone kind of trials that a little bit. It is the Moore Grey Phase, which is a germanium fuzz face. Basically,
not a phaser. It's called phase, and it's not a phaser.
No, it's called Grey Phase. It's basically one of the Hendrix fuzz faces, the grey one. And it's like any fuzz face, you've just got to turn both controls up, otherwise it doesn't quite sound as good. So because it had one setting on it essentially,
which is everything to the right.
Yeah. I demo a little bit of the guitar volume, which it responds quite well to, but then I started putting it through other amps as well. Okay. So I've put it through a Vox style, there was an AC30 sim, like a stereo patch as well, and a JCM 800, because what's better than fuzz is fuzz going into an already driven amp. So that was quite nice. It didn't quite sound as good with the Vox, which
I mean, Voxes are always quite temperamental with drive.
Yeah,
I find them to be too brittle. Sound.
Yeah, there's a very weird mid range to it, kind of really focused, kind of honky mid range, and I can see certain pedal combinations would work really well with that, but this kind of super thick, saturated fuzzy tone just kind of thinned out, and it sounded a bit like a crap distortion because of how it had pushed it all through this weird notch, mid-range notch filter. But I thought it was well worth the effort, and it managed to spin the video past a minute. So it's something that I might consider doing in the future, is doing extensive no talk tones where I shove a few amps through it. because like it's all good and well hearing a pedal, but you're hearing that pedal through my specific guitar and then through my specific amp. All of those things colour the tone.
Yeah.
I also threw a few Variax models on it as well, because I thought if I'm doing amps, I might as well do a few guitars as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's logical.
It is. It is.
You know, here's a Strat, here's a Tele, here's a Les Paul, here's an SG.
Yeah, I mean, I'd already done the Strat with the
magnetic.
Yeah, the magnetic pickups, and I thought there's no point doing another set of Strat pickups. But I did a Tele and a Les Paul on it. I did do a 335, but by that point I was like, there's not really much difference when I'm pushing a like really fuzzy, distorted signal.
You take away from the dynamic. It's really just pickups and strings, isn't it? You take away from the dynamics of the body. So the humbuckers in a Les Paul and the humbuckers in a 335 are broadly the same.
Yeah. I mean, there's a slight difference. Again, like they're voiced slightly differently, but it wasn't enough for me to go. And now here's another 30 seconds of me playing this guitar. So I left it there. But
saying what you did with fuzz, I've never understood the people that will have a fuzz pedal and then use it on a clean channel, because all you get coming through is that fuzz signal and the clean tone, and it's horrendous. Like fuzz has to be used on a gain channel. End of.
I mean, you're getting no arguments from me here, but
yeah, I mean, I'm with you.
Sometimes
I'll even run drive into the front end of a fuzz and then into another drive pedal.
Oh yeah, I like having a tube screamer or something like that after the fuzz to really
narrow it down and focus it, and
push it through that kind of like mid hump.
In Josh's Britain, it would be mandatory for every pedal board in the world to have Josh's Britain in the world. Yeah, I'm tired. Leave me alone. Everybody would have to have at least one fuzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for those people who say they don't like fuzz,
you haven't tried the right one.
Yeah, I instantly counter with that, because I didn't think I liked fuzz when I was playing cheap shit fuzz.
Yeah.
But it like you say, you've got to have the correct one, otherwise it's not going to resonate with you. I think I'm going to have to write down the fact that Josh's World Britain is going to be
like fresh off the back of a 12-hour shift, like, you know.
I mean, yeah, it all works. Oh man, how do I spell?
You see now who's gone into the attacker.
Indeed, yeah. The prey has become the hunted. Whatever.
Wait, the prey has become the hunted. That's exactly the same thing.
I can't. You're just talking. You're talking in show titles.
Yeah, Matt, just fill in. Just say words.
I mean, what words do you want me to say? I've done fuck all. I can't talk about anything.
There we go. That's enough. I'm back on track. I'm back on. So I've done the grey phase. I didn't do a band rehearsal last week. Some dickhead, not pointing any fingers, but some dickhead read the calendar wrong. And it was actually supposed to be this week. However, our drummer's got COVID, so no rehearsal. So I'm not practicing this week either. I have asked for a list of the songs that they want me to rehearse, though, because we literally have a practice 2 days before the actual gig at the end of the month. So I thought I best do the grown-up thing, and rather than bury my head in the sand.
That's the kind of realism I've had to approach now. Like, I've got to try and learn like 2 songs a week.
Yeah. I mean, they're all Paramore songs, so it's got to be like 4 chords in it. And...
I'll tell you what, the lead stuff's a right fucking pain.
Yeah, the lead stuff is a mess on the Paramore stuff. Like, I've done Paramore covers in the past, and so some of their stuff's got like... The annoying thing about some of it is the delay like means that both guitarists are using delay at one point, and you can't tell which of the 2 guitarists is playing a line, so you can't tell what the line to play is. There's shitty stuff like that going on in like 2 or 3 of their songs.
It's like
does my head in.
there's a song called "Ain't It Fun," and it's just got this.
Ironically,
it's not fun. It's like I've listened to it. I haven't bothered learning that one yet because I'm like, that one's coming last. Because it's literally got the it's almost like 2-string sweeps, but it's not at the same time. It's really fucking weird. And there's like these quick like 2-bar, not 2-bar, like it's a 4-bar, but it's like half time. So like two, yeah,
words,
yeah,
words.
2 beats, half of a bar,
yeah. And it's just like this tiny little solo bit, and he's like, and I'm like,
yeah, yeah. Fuck this noise. Fuck it right in there. It's like if you ever try and learn any of Tony Iommi's solos from Black Sabbath, because he would do like 2 or 3 takes of his solos, and then they just kind of fade between each other. And at some points, there's 2 of the solo lines overlapping. You're like, hang on a second, Mr. Iommi. I see what you're doing here.
You're not playing that, are you, Mr. Iommi? No, you're not.
So, yeah, I ran into that as a young guitarist and went, you know what, this isn't fucking fair. And at that point, I decided I weren't learning solos note for note.
Yeah.
And
I very rarely play solos note for note. I might play phrases from solos note for note, but yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to like obviously learn them as best as I can for note, but I'm kind of like when we were doing Misery Business last night, I was throwing in pinch harmonics and stuff into the solo just to give it a little bit more pizzazz.
Yeah, calm down there, Zach.
I hate Zach Wilde. He's a dickhead.
Oh, I was listening to Zach Sabbath last week, which is where Zach Wilde basically toured doing Black Sabbath tunes, and it was all of the cliches, loads of
like
Sabbath
saturation.
And...
The biggest thing, like a mate of mine went to go and see him live, and I was like, why would you want to go and spend an hour and a half to watching him fret wank?
Oh, like the solos are the same thing. It is like pentatonics where he's just beating the guitar into submission. It's like it's brute force. You can see, like it's completely the way that man looks is the way that he plays guitar.
Yeah. I mean, albeit, when he did some of his like classical stuff back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, he was very talented. But like, then he's just like, gain! And that was it.
I respect it. It's the same way that I respect Malmsteen in the fact that you know what you're getting with it. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of fun. So I'm okay with that. I like the predictability of it. I think I know where I stand. It's going to be a pentatonic solo. It's going to be like insanely ripping. But there you go. What else have I done this week? I got The Third Dimension by TC.
I saw that. Yeah, I was looking at it, and then I already seen that you put a comment, and I'm going on there going, "I'll have this," and I was like, "Oh, there's my idea then."
Yeah. I jumped in on that one quite quick. It was going on the gear exchange, and it was going for a pretty decent price. And although I've overspent on gear this month anyway, I thought, why not? And I've plugged it in. I've not done a no talk all tone on it just yet. That'll be coming in about a month's time. But it was quite surprising. I thought it's just going to be another chorus pedal, but actually, like the button thing is quite novel, and it's voiced really well.
Did you play Last Train Home with it?
I did not. No, I should have. Oh shit, man! But there we go. Like that. That'll be for the no talk all tone. That will. It'll be like maybe
variation.
Yeah, second to last bus home is what I'll be playing.
The 97 from Birmingham.
That's it, yeah. The one at 11:15, not the one at 11:25 that you really don't want to be getting. So yeah, I've done that, but I feel we should probably move on move on to some guitar news? No, we shouldn't. We've got something that we do before that. What do we do before that, boys?
No idea.
Well, it's Josh's turn for it. It is the lukewarm hot take.
Are we not discussing last week's results?
We should do. We'll do our housekeeping first. Our housekeeping is as follows. I believe it is 100% for one of the thingies. So the question was, in fact, Matt, take it away because it was your question.
Yeah, it was a statement rather than a question. I just said that any delay pedal that costs more than 99 quid or more than 100 quid should have a tap tempo on it, and everybody agrees because it's a true statement. And to be fair, Lee must not have voted because when I put this in our little group chat, Lee was like, "Oh, that's a load of bollocks." But I mean, it's just like, what's the point in having a delay pedal if it doesn't have a tap tempo? Cheap delay pedals can get away with it because they're going to be missing a feature or two. But once you're paying over 100 quid, give me a tap tempo.
Yeah, and the public agrees with you, so I think you won that way. But we said from the get go that was a win, didn't we?
Yeah, we were fairly confident it was going to be a win.
Indeed. Like I had the job of doing the converse argument, and I weren't even convinced. So, but we have got Josh. You've been waiting with bated breath with this one, haven't you?
I think I've been waiting since I did the last episode when I was doing the one on the RE2. I think I was about to talk up about it, and then we ended up talking about some of the bullshit.
That speaks to the quality of the podcast.
I think the listeners by now have already realised I say things as it is.
Indeed.
So, yeah, I believe and strongly push the argument that the Marshall JVM 410 is the best amp that Marshall has ever produced. And why, I hear you ask. Firstly, it's on an affordable budget. I think you can pick them up for under £1,000 near enough. Second hand, you see them go for 500-600 quid. You've got your 4 channels, your clean, crunch, overdrive, and a lead. You can literally play any type of music on it. The cleans are beautifully crisp, warm cleans. You've got the nice crunch, which even still, when you're being the crunch channel, you've got a nice, slightly mildly overdriven tone. You've got a really thick gain channel, which will do any sort of music that may come to the figment of your imagination. And then the lead channel is just, it's fantastic. I think it's genuinely one of the best amp channels on any amp. There is no question. And I think for the amount of versatility it offers, the budget, you just can't beat it. You can't beat it. You're stupid if you go for a Marshall and it's not a JVM 410.
I mean, Matt,
as somebody who's recently bought a Marshall that is not a JVM 410, I suppose it is for me to counteract this. So
yeah, but you're tight-fisted. So
counterpoint number 1, it has 28 knobs and 8 buttons. You don't need any of that shit. What you need is maybe 6 knobs, maybe 6 if you're lucky, which happens to be the amount of knobs on the SV20 that I bought.
The decent Bukkake party as well. About 6 knobs.
Yeah, it's a tasteful Bukkake party rather than the 28 knob version that
that's
just come from.
That's just too many, that isn't it?
So, and obviously the SV20 based on I think it's a JTM 45, but it might be a JMP. I can't remember. I get them all mixed up.
It's a JTM, I think.
I think it's a JTM, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so you've got bass, middle, treble, presence, master volume for 2 different channels, and then all you do is you patch the 2 channels together and use the 2 literally blend them together to get your sound, because nobody needs 4 channels on an amp because you've got drive pedals, and if you've got 4 channels on an amp, it's really difficult to justify spending £1,000 on drive pedals and put them on your pedal board.
But if you're buying this amp, I know this is going against everything we say with pedal boards of doom. You don't need a pedal board. Everything is in your amp.
I mean, you absolutely do, because like it's got built-in digital reverb, which will just be awful. Let's face it.
Yeah, you can just stick a bit of reverb at the back of the effects.
So you're going to need like any kind of effects. Like I get that it's versatile. I get that that's actually quite good. And if you're wanting a starting amp, or if you're only ever going to buy one amp, I can see why you'd go for this. But if you want that classic Marshall sound, you want an SV.
You can get it with that. You can get it with the crunch.
You can get close, but you can't get it. You absolutely can't get it, because like even the normal channel on the Studio Vintage and the JTMs, just it isn't there, which is basically what you'll get in these. You need that, like the high treble or whatever it's called, the second channel blended in, and the blend of the two, and just them working together. It's not something that you'll get from an amp where you've got multiple channels but you select between them. It has to be two channels running into each other. It just you can't get that sound elsewhere. And let's face it, like if we're going to be realistic, the best Marshall out there is probably a Friedman.
Not entirely sure that's a Marshall, but yeah.
Well, they are Marshall amps, just slightly tweaked, aren't they? Like,
oh yeah, I mean, there's so many though, isn't it? Like Soldano is pretty much that.
Yeah.
Like there's so many companies that have built their brand on modded Marshalls. If we're talking like Marshalls that Marshall make, I think the statement itself is probably where you fall down here. Is that the JVM 410 is the best Marshall that has ever been made. I'm not entirely sure we could justify that. Like the old 60s plexis are the thing that most Marshalls these days are trying to emulate. And I think, like the
only reason you would not buy a JVM 410 is simply because you forgot.
You forgot. I went to the shop looking for a JVM 410 and I accidentally bought the studio. Shit, my bad. No, I think the versatility is its biggest asset, but also its biggest downfall. I think it's a divisive control layout.
I am willing to bet you could play any genre. I could put a Fender in there.
I definitely couldn't play any genre.
I know you could. I can't imagine you like banging out black metal or Strapping Young Lad or something. But you could just put your Strat in there on your clean channel. Boom, John Mayer. You want to go for your go crunch, Les Paul, bang. You've got kind of your AC/DC-ish tones. You put hot pickups in it on the gay channel, Metallica, Slayer, thrash, black metal, whatever. You can get anything with it.
But the problem is, it's an approximation of everything, though, isn't it? It's not that sound. It's not the sound that you're looking for. It's the closest that amp will do to that sound, because it's so versatile. It's not the best at any of them.
Yeah, kind of jack of all syndrome.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
I mean, if it's good for people like Satch and whatnot, then...
I mean, that puts me off massively, because I can't stand Joe Satriani. He's like what you were saying about Zakk Wylde, you could say about Joe Satriani.
To be fair, I don't know enough about Satriani.
Yeah. I mean, one thing about Satch is that his tone is pretty bang on. Like for the shred guys, he tends to be the most melodic, so you'd probably be able to spend more time listening to Satch than you would any of the other kind of shreddy boys.
Yeah.
And his tone always is spot on. However, Paul Gilbert was repping the vintage modern for such a time. And his tone's ace.
So I'm just looking. So notable people that use and apparently currently use the JVM. So yeah, Satriani's at the top. We've got Alice Cooper, Alexi Leheo, obviously he died. John 5, Jeff Loomis has used them. There's Dave Mustaine. I mean, Dave Mustaine's a knob.
Okay, I mean,
John 5 played for Marilyn Manson, so he's probably a knob as well.
Nah, John 5 is the complete opposite of a knob. He is an absolute
a vagina. What?
He genuinely seems like one of the
no. He does. He seems like a nice chap. He has a affiliation with the Telecaster as well, so he's already scored some brownie points with me.
If you have like anybody that's listening to this, or even you two, when you've got 25 minutes, go and watch the rig rundown with John 5. It's fantastic.
Okay. I will do, but what I'm going to do is counter what you've just said. So you've just said notable users of the the JVM 410 are this. So notable users of the JTM 45 include Dave Gilmour, Peter Green, Jimi Hendrix, Gary Moore, Pete Townsend, Angus Young. And that just ends your argument?
All of which become irrelevant after the 1980s.
Yeah, but music became irrelevant in 1980.
I feel like we're venturing into other hot take territory here.
Yeah, I've just realised I'm arguing with Matt.
Indeed.
I might as well be talking to a brick wall.
But like out of those two lists, like John 5, Jeff Loomis, Alexi Leheo, who like compared to Dave Gilmour and Angus Young and whoever,
Gary Moore, Peter Green, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, it lists the Rolling Stones as a notable user. I assume just because they had a rotation of guitarists for a while whilst one of them was in hospital with heroin overdoses, so they just brought somebody else in and they would use the JTM 45 as well.
They just plug them into.
Can you play guitar? Can you play Paint It Black? Right, you're coming with us.
That's it. Yeah, open G. Do you know how to suspend chords? Yeah, cool. You're on. Let's go for it.
Right, can you do a minor seventh shape, and can you bar the strings? Excellent. You'll replace them.
That's it. You've got the job. So I reckon that's where we wrap that one. We are going to put this in the group as a poll where there will only be two options that you can only choose once. I learned that.
Yeah, because I realised the last time it spiraled completely out of fucking.
It did. I put my hands up and say we did lose control of that one.
You lost control because I voted, and then you said, "Oh no, you can add other options." And I went, "What? You can add other options? Yes."
And
penis,
boobs, vagina.
Yeah, and Facebook doesn't allow you to change the rules after you've posted the post. So it was in God's hands at that point. But yeah, so we're back on track. This will be a poll in the Fret Talk podcast group. Make sure that you are voting on this because
one day I will win one of these.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be this week. I'll be honest. I am like as cool as the features of the JVM are. I think the list that Matt has flopped out on the desk there, really came to argument.
And I will admit that, had I needed a 100-watt head at any point, or 50, or I assume these are 50 watt, are they? Maybe 100? I don't know. I didn't actually look
410 watts.
Oh, is that what the number is? Yeah, 410 watts. But had I needed a big head, this is absolutely something I'd have considered because, it is really versatile, but I also spent a lot of money on some drive pedals and I'd want to be able to use them.
Yeah, absolutely. My fear with it is that I'd have however many 12 channels of whatever the fuck, and I'd use one. I'd get a really decent crunchy clean tone and go, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, and then run a load of pedals in front of it.
Exactly.
Completely defeating the object.
Indeed. Right, so we've got a news correction this week. so that will preclude our news. Last week we mentioned the Harley Benton hybrid steel, and we compared it to the Acoustasonic. So much so that the kind of the advertisement PR stuff for this week's podcast was going on about the Acoustasonic. This is like, as much as it's kind of within that ballpark, it's more an exact rip of the Taylor T5Z. Almost.
I think the reason we didn't say that is because nobody knows what a Taylor T5Z is.
Indeed. However, I would give you the permission to Google it. Not right now, you're driving, but pull over, Google Taylor T5Z, and you will see exactly how.
Okay, it's a different colour, but
it's exactly the same, isn't it? Thank you to Anjay at AM Guitar. He pointed this one out for me. So yes, we stand corrected. Harley Benton not being as inventive as we thought they were, just straight up ripping off another guitar almost exactly.
Yeah, so they've moved the pickup on the Taylor, but don't worry because you can buy one of the, if you felt bad and you thought you were going to buy one of the Harley Bentons and you now want to buy a Taylor because you know it's the original version of this, you can buy a second hand one from GAC for £1,800.
Oh, well, there you go. Or you could buy about 5 of these Harley Bentons.
6, I think. I think you could buy 6 for £1,800.
There you go. So you could have one
a discount.
One for every day of the week. What?
Apart from Sunday.
Yes, Sunday doesn't exist.
Can't play guitar on a Sunday. It'll annoy God.
It's against the rules. So we're going to go on to some actual news. As mentioned at the start of this podcast, there is a lovable green dinosaur, which we are going to mention today. The leader of the Boss Corporation, Yoshi. Indeed, that one. Now, Yoshi Ikegami is retiring from Boss. So he's stepping down as the president. He's going to be taking an executive advisor role for the foreseeable future, but then with the foresight of retiring very shortly. He's been with the company 44 years at this point. And he's headed up. I mean, that's what Josh thinks to his 44-year career. Oh dear!
So make it 45 at least. Like, come on, just like a nice.
Yeah, squeeze out that 45th year, much like Josh squeezed out that fart. So he's headed up some of the most recent stuff, like in terms of like the Wazacraft pedal line, essentially. He's also been at the head of the Boss Corp while the Katana amps have been released. So pretty phenomenal changes within the like those things in and of themselves are still going and are massive. Like, you still hear about people talking about the Katanas from a solid state amp that's like real budget. That's pretty impressive, the fact that people give 2 shits about them. So like that's worth mentioning. He worked on the SDE 3000 Roland rack delay. Like, he personally worked on that when he was an engineer. And the algorithms.
Does anybody know what that one of those is?
Well, apparently Steve Vai favours the algorithms within that, and
He's another one to throw in that bucket with fucking Satriani and Malmsteen and Wild. Whilst we talk about Steve Vai.
Yeah, he released the Hydra music this week with that crazy 3-necked Ibanez.
Yes, he did.
Just no. Just
stop it. It's not guitar anymore, is it?
No, I mean, there's the bass guitar on it is like half fretted, like the D and the G string are fretted, but the E and the A are fretless. And then you've got a fretless guitar on the top, but it's only fretless from what looks like up to the 12th fret, and then it has frets. Just get in the bin.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Steve Vai apparently likes this specific delay algorithm, and it's still used today, even in the RV6. So the man has a massive legacy. So we bid you adieu, Mr. Ikegami. Hats off to you. Staying on the Japanese theme, Fender Japan have announced the Japanese the Japan Junior lineup, which is basically you've got a Strat, a Tele, a Jazzmaster, and a Jazz Bass, all in pretty cool pastel colours. So they're looking pretty cool, but they are 94% the size of a normal, like Strat, Tele, Jazzmaster, etc.
So perfect for the Japanese clientele.
Indeed, because they statistically are shorter people. I don't know. So it might be good, like really good for beginners and for younger players. So these are 94% the size, 24-inch scale length on the guitars, 30-inch scale length on the basses. They also are weight relieved, so they've got a cavity design weight relief. They're basswood bodies as well, and they are roughly $980, so kind of about 900 quid. Absolutely ideal. The thing that we were moaning about last week about prices of guitars going up, fantastic. They have solved the problem. Japan exclusive though. So
there's always going to be a downside.
There is.
My neighbour's little kid was wanting to play guitar, so they've got him one of these fucking half-size 3/4 micro guitars or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
And my God, you can have some fun on it shredding because you can do a 12. You can do a 12 to 24 stretch, and it's mad.
Yeah, you can get those dime bag intervals on it.
Yeah.
But trying to keep one in tune is an absolute pain in the arse. Because you tune it to the same note, but the scale length is
half or the 3/4.
Yeah, probably about 2/3 to 3/4. So there's absolutely no tension on the strings at all. So when you do strum them, they just go, nah, I give up. And then what was a G chord then becomes a Q. This just doesn't make chords anymore. So you can either put ridiculously thick strings on them, which make them really hard to play, or tune them up a good 3 or 4 steps, which makes them really hard to play. So it renders them a little bit useless. So these might be a good middle ground for it.
Yeah, and let's face it, I assume everybody here picked up a guitar before they were fully grown. I was 13, 14, and I didn't pick up a small guitar. The size thing isn't so much to do with your fretting hand. It's more to do with the shape of the body. And if you do reduce that by 6%, it is quite a sizable reduction. So it's going to open it up to be easier to play for those youngsters without having those issues that you mentioned.
Yeah. I picked up the guitar when I was 17. I actually bought my own first guitar.
All right.
Because I'm one of the cool kids.
Well, I will stand corrected then.
So yeah, and the guitar that I first played on is over there. I still have it, and it's awesome. But I would have appreciated that if I would have picked up a guitar earlier. I definitely would have appreciated that. And there are a few good mini guitars. I think Ibanez do the Paul Gilbert Micro, which looks absolutely fantastic. It's like a mini PGM, which is brilliant. And Paul Gilbert on one of his videos on YouTube, he got one of them and tuned three strings on it to E, and ended up doing like insane arpeggio shred on it. Because that's Paul Gilbert.
Yeah, of course.
But the Squire Strap Minis are like I say, incredibly difficult to stay in tune. They tend to use cheaper stuff on them, so the tuning pegs weren't as good as the standard Squire stuff. And because they're smaller as well, they tended not to stay in tune. There was, I think, the Brian May Guitar Company did like a mini May, as well.
It was a single pickup Brian May, like I think it was a 3/4 size, but yeah.
I mean, that looked rad, but I never played one, so
yeah.
I mean, it might be alternative to those kind of guitars, because not quite as fully featured as a guitar because these are essentially the full guitars, but just 6% smaller and a little bit lighter as well. So that's pretty cool. We've got maybe one last bit of news this week. We've got about 7 minutes to mention it. So Behringer a couple of months ago had released like a wooden panel, like a pedal with wooden panels on the side, looking very much in the style of the old Moog pedals, the Moog Fugas. And that was a pretty big like, fuck you, these are out of production, we'll do what we want kind of post. And they, like, since then, it looks like they're doing a full range of them, which is, I mean, they're sought after pedals and they're really difficult to get hold of. And when you can get hold of them, they are ridiculously expensive. So it's bringing those pedals to a like mass market. They've done exactly the same this week with another classic pedal. They've done the Boss CE1, essentially.
What have they called it? Because I can't find it.
No,
like, I'm just writing Behringer C1 clone, and nothing's coming up yet.
Is it called the B1 and it looks like bone?
I mean, that'd be cool. It's probably CE1, SEAEA1, CEA1. I don't know. I saw it. To be fair, it could have been an April Fool's joke. There was a few of those.
Yes, that does my head in every year. I can't be doing with the shitty fucking April Fool's jokes. And the worst thing about them is all of the companies make them like, what do you call it when you pay for your adverts on Facebook?
Yeah, sponsored.
Sponsored, that's it. So 3 days down the fucking line, you can't tell it's a fucking April Fool's joke, and you read a thing and you go, that's really weird. And then you go, oh, it's a sponsored post, so it's not from today. Fuck knows when it was. Oh, it's probably a fucking April Fool's joke. Yeah, well, everyone stop it. It's not funny. I never liked it in the first place, and all you're doing is pissing me off now and putting me off for using your brand.
So Marshall did one. They did the 0 watt amp.
Yeah.
This time around. Practical Patch did one actually. And they, Pedal Patch, not Practical Patch. Pedal Patch did one like relict patch cables. I thought that was pretty funny. Because I think some people took it seriously, and they were getting like really irate, and they were like, check the date. But yeah, Phil's a ledge. And it was well done, to be fair. Like it looked like it was legit enough that it got people. It really did get them hook, line, and sinker. Have we got any more on that?
I'm just on their website trying to find anything.
Trying to find it. Has it got any info on the Mooga Fuga pedals as well?
If they haven't called it the Fuga Fuga, then
I mean, I'm struggling to get it to load at the moment, but I couldn't see anything on their homepage or like anything to indicate that. Yeah, I mean, they're just trying to push acoustic simulators at me at the moment, and I don't want them.
Well, I don't think anyone does. So I guess with this this new old Behringer CE one. It's got people asking the question, like, where is the line when it comes to clones? Because I think that pretty much is it.
I don't know, like if you can execute Order 66, then you're okay.
Whee! Star Wars! Oh, I fucking hated the prequels. Just so bad. So bad.
Not as bad as the fucking newer ones.
Yeah, like they seem to lose steam after the first one of those, didn't they?
The second one was, I would rather look at my own rectum for 3 hours than watch that second one.
I think I'd pay for that. I'd pay for you trying to spend 3 hours trying to look at your own rectum. That sounds like a entertainment.
I've never been one for Star Wars, really. Like, I've tried to get into it a few times and I think it's one of those things like Jurassic Park. If you weren't 8 years old when you watched your first one, you're never going to get really into it.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Like laser swords, pew 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 pew, and all of that. It's cool.
And it's just, I'd expect to get really nerdy about it. And okay, I didn't hate the films watching the original trilogy. I didn't hate watching them, but I haven't.
Come on, if you wasn't nursing a semi when you saw Princess Leia in that bikini, then there was something wrong with you.
485 years old, stood next to a fucking slug. Just
mate, all you got to do is
that's what got me.
All you got to do is cut what the slug got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you got to do is cut some paper around just so you can at least see her. Then
Yeah, but I was probably probably 16 the first time I saw it. I had the internet by then. I didn't need any of that nonsense.
The internet was not out at 1972 or whatever.
Shit, man! Shots fired. I mean, it does. It really. It's karma, isn't it, for the salt that we were throwing last week?
Yeah, I'd just like to point out that the Star Wars, even though I'm not a massive Star Wars fan, Star Wars wasn't out in 1972. The first film was 1977.
Burn.
And I wasn't born yet. I wasn't 16 in 1977 either.
No, don't think anyone was. That's how it works. But yeah, like OG Star Wars was legit, but you had to watch it as a child. I ended up watching OG Power Rangers this week because my son's got into like the newer series of Power Rangers, and we just
did you go listen, son?
Yeah,
forget what you know.
I'm going to show you the real shit, and it turns out the real shit is batshit crazy.
Can I ask, is the modern series of Power Rangers the same formula as the old series of Power Rangers, where you see a thing, they fail, then they all join together, and then they win? Is that what modern Power Rangers is as well?
Oh yeah, I fully take the piss out of my son when watching Power Rangers because we'll be halfway through an episode and they're like fighting the guy, and I say to him, I bet he's gonna turn big in a bit, and they're gonna fight him with the Megazords. And he goes, "Oh, Dad, shut up! I know it's gonna happen." And then it happens, and I look, I told you, because it's that formulaic, but it like the acting is exactly the same. It's like hammy bullshit acting. It's basically like action Hollyoaks, and like the CG is shit even by it's about 20-year-old CG, but if you go back to the original series of Power Rangers, it's nowhere near as good quality because the half of the show is like completely dubbed. It's all like the Japanese original stuff.
Yeah.
And it's only the shots where it's the teenagers without the masks on that it's like the American production company. You can see there's two visibly different qualities in recording between the American equipment in the American studios is much better and is a different aspect ratio. and then like the storylines are not cohesive at all. It's like suddenly we're fighting this guy, and then this guy dies. Throw in a completely different chap as a giant, and then
then have to defeat him as in your giant form.
Yeah, but with that, it's like there was legit like Godzilla vibes with it. It was like one of the Zords fights a giant guy, and there's a little bit of kung fu, and it's blatantly guys in like rubber suits, and a good time was had by all. So it was nostalgia, but it's exactly the same thing with Star Wars. If you didn't watch that shit when you were a child, you can completely understand why people go, "What the fuck?" But yeah, Behringer pedals.
So I can't find anything on the CE clone, but I can find the Moogs, so they definitely exist.
Yeah. So what are we saying? Where does clone go too far?
I mean, are we allowed to say JHS?
I think
because it's like he's well known for just cloning either one pedal or lots of pedals and throwing it into one and putting his name on it. And,
okay.
Like I'm not sure that I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, if that's where your line is, that's where your line is. Yeah.
Like what I like. If you're going to, actually make some active changes and, so it sounds different. So you've taken the, so the great example is Stuart Tate. The things like the Raise the Dead. I've taken a fuzz face. I've changed these values. I've not even given you all the options that the fuzz face has because there's only one option in there that matters, and that's everything up full.
Yeah.
So here's my version of that. I've sorted the EQ out so that it doesn't get lost when you're using humbuckers, and I've sorted all these out, and this is my version of a fuzz face. And it sounds very different to an original fuzz face, but it's that circuit, but it's been amended. Or the Antares, where it's an SD one, or loosely based on the original Tube Screamer, that kind of. And he's gone, right, I'm changing this, I'm changing that, I'm giving you this extra feature, and it's a completely different pedal. That I don't mind. If you take something and change it and make it better, then absolutely. Yeah. But once you're just, I know roughly what the value of that is. I know roughly what the schematics of that is, so I'll do my own version, put it in my box, paint it, and sell it.
Yeah.
That I'm less comfortable with. So I think it, and obviously then, if you take it to the next level where you make it the same shape and you basically go, oh, it's not in production, so I'm just going to release the same thing. Yeah. That's definitely crossing a line.
So it's not necessarily like a hard and fast line, but it's a scale of, that's cool, all the way to not cool, man, not cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at the far end is basically this, these new Behringer. I think they did the ring modulator, the Mutron ring modulators as well, and fully ripped off the graphics and they've been doing a lot of it recently, so their lawyers may get a bit busy.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
It is what it is. They are on the one hand, they're releasing pedals that you can't get anymore. It's not like the original companies are doing that, and Boss especially are a company that say we're not going to look backwards with our pedals. We're not going to do re-releases and reissues, only moving forward. So which is why you find the Wazacraft, like the DM2, for example. They didn't want to just re-release the DM2 because it got a bit of a cult following. Same with the HM2. They went, okay, we'll do a new version of it. We'll reevaluate it for a new era of people. So it's very unlikely that they're going to be doing the CE one, and I don't think you're ever going to get the CE one Wazacraft. I will be honest there.
No, I'm pretty certain on that.
So, from that point of view, the majority of us won't be buying vintage CE ones, and even if we do, that they're hen's teeth, and they're not made for guitar as well. They were originally like keyboard effects units.
Yeah.
So Behringer are making them.
Weren't they like hardwired mains?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm pretty sure they're like hardwired. Like they've got a 3-prong coming at them.
Yeah, and the input as well was designed for like a lining input, so it was not guitar friendly. So is that enough to warrant them being able to do it? I think possibly, but then it's a bit on the nose with the exact color scheme and paint and whatnot.
Yeah, and I think like if it was a collaboration, then fine. Like if you did it in collaboration with Boss and you said, "Look, we're going to reissue one of your pedals because you're not doing it," and Boss went, "Okay, I think that's fine." I think where the line is the fact that you made it look like it is the original thing. Although, like I say, I can't actually find this Behringer one, so it might be an April Fool's joke.
I mean, it could very well be, but it's now a point where people aren't questioning it because Behringer have pulled this quite a few times before. But like, where is that? Like, they've actually made slight changes with that, whereas companies like Joyo and Moore doing exact clones or as exact as they can do.
Yeah. Moore got, but they got done for like leaving code in software, didn't they?
They did
the code on the logic chips or wherever it was.
It was a CC D60 for the Tender Octave, was it?
Yeah, it was the original Tender Octave.
Yeah.
It was one of their octave pedals anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, they've been caught red-handed doing it.
And really, like that is definitely crossing the line for me. Like, you shouldn't be, especially not when it's a product that's like out there and people can buy, and all you've done is put it in a slightly different enclosure.
Yeah, like a smaller enclosure and
rip it off.
Yeah, change the color for it, because it didn't look like an AHX pedal, but that's not enough. But like the Joyo Vintage Overdrive is basically a TS9. I mean, it is also a big wet fart, but it's it's basically a TS9. So it should we be like pissy about that as well?
Well, I mean, like the problem with that is everybody's got a TS9 clone, like not even like their own version. Like there's 40 different TS9s that are just a clone of the.
Yeah, you go on Amazon original. Or you go on eBay, you type in like Tube Screamer, or just type in Tube Screamer, and you'll come up with like a moon and horse and all these kind of and they're all the same circuit. So that's kind of diluted it a bit. It's the same as like the strap body shape, isn't it? That you can't really get annoyed that people are doing the strap body shape because there are so many about. So is it the rarity then that the CE1 is?
Well, I guess it's the fact that like it's not like, I think my thing with the Tube Screamer is it's been happening for so long and nobody's complained about it to the point where you don't have the right to complain about it anymore.
Yeah.
So I think if you're the first person cloning a pedal now, you're probably you're getting close to the line if you haven't crossed it already. Whereas if you're doing the 3,500th different but the same Tube Screamer clone, I think like you're probably going to struggle to get anywhere in that market, because if you want a straight up Tube Screamer clone, you're going to spend 15 quid on a second hand Joyo or a second hand any of those kind of brands.
I mean, you save a little bit of money, spend about 30-40 quid, and you can get a Tube Screamer Mini used.
Yeah, although those are 808 circuits, not 9 tube.
Yeah. But yeah. it's much of a
it's much of a muchness. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so I think more than kind of like that is, it's more if you're like the first person cloning a pedal, I think that's where you start to like these days. It's like it again. You go back to the 70s, and they tried to bring a lawsuit in too late about the body shapes, and you were told you can't bring a lawsuit in about body shapes because you've been letting it happen for 15, 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
Whereas now they brought it in, and okay, it's on headstocks, and they've said like, okay, your body, your identity is in your headstocks now, so people can't clone your headstocks, which is fair. You know, that's the decision that they made, and like you've got companies that are getting around it by just inverting the cuts in the top, and you know that kind of stuff. But at least that's kind of something. But once there's a hard and fast rule in place, or once people actually start to realise that, you know, this is maybe not ethically correct, or maybe, you know, whatever your reasoning might be, once that decision has been made, then we like you stick to it as a society, because that's just how we like, that's how humans kind of end up. Like once we've made a decision whether something is right or wrong, you then have to kind of stick to it. And like you also can't retrospectively, like, and it's something that's people are kind of doing now, where they're like trying to retrospectively criticize things that happened in the past, and really like it's happened, get over it, and like focus on the now.
I think my instant reaction to it was from a stance of this is not cool, but I want justification as to why. I think we're gonna open this up to our Fret Talk podcast group, because I've got some inkling as to why I don't think it's cool, and it's part of that. I think it is the rarity that the CE1 is not a thing that's cloned every day. But I've mentally justified the fact that Tube Screamer variants and Blues Driver variants and all of these different kind of Chinese cheap clones are out there. I'm complicit in that because I cater for that a lot on my channel. So for me to say these are okay, but that's not, I don't know if it's like it's hypocrisy or if there is a line with that as well. So it's something that I think I've got to mentally wrestle with a little bit. But I also want to hear where our listeners are at with this as well, because it'd be quite interesting to see what people's takes on it are. And I think that's probably a good place to end the podcast for this week.
Sounds like a plan.
It does, doesn't it? Because
I would like to go to bed.
Indeed. I mean, aren't you pretty much there already?
Yeah.
So, Patreon backers, yeah, you're the man. You the mans. Use the mans. That's how plurals work. For as little as $2 a month, you can also bees the mans. So we've got Mr. Andrew Bimson, we've got Mr. Adam Yeomans, we've got Mr. Doug Christ of 37 Effects, of Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and of the Just Surprise Me podcast. We've got Mr. Hugh G. Rection.
Yeah.
In the pants. We've got, like EA, it's in the pants. We've got Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups and Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast and the Second Button podcast. If you want to catch me online, you find me, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. YouTube is the home to the No Total Tone series and the No Total Tone Versus series. This week, we have just had the more grey phase, and I think the following week, we are definitely having that shootout between the Joe Uzi and something. We're gonna get heavy. That'll be one for you to watch out for, Josh.
Chugga.
Chugga, chugga, woo woo. Josh, we find you at the Corona Mortis at Instagram and at JoshyZK at YouTube. And Matt, we don't find you at Twitch. Don't even try looking. Everywhere else we find you, Heel_MattQ. That's the Twitter and the Twinstagrams.
That's the thing.
So, from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap. From, oh my gosh, it's Josh.
Auf Wiedersehen.
That's the one. And from Mr. Matt Kwine. Say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
It will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. Ta-ra a bit. Peace.
If you made a spelling mistake on a tombstone, some could say that would be a grave mistake.
Oh, he's back. He's back.